Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Welder Santos. I've been an actor for over 10 years. I currently live in Hollywood, California. And for the second video on my channel, I decided to do a video about how I became an actor. And I feel like it's different for most people that I've met throughout this journey. Some, they knew from the beginning that, they wanted to be actors when they had inspirations of being on television or even doing theater. And a lot of them went and got their BFA or their MFA, or some just kind of started when they were younger. But for me, that was not the case at all. Growing up, my passion was always sports. I love soccer, I love basketball, and I played both. I played both in high school. So I had aspirations of being a professional athlete. The thought of acting never even crossed my mind, like ever, not even once. So I remember after finishing high school, I was starting college, and I was I never got like a sports scholarships for either basketball or soccer. So I was in this space where I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I really wasn't sure. I remember at first I went to school to be a pilot, but it was expensive. It wasn't really something I liked. I liked traveling, but so I thought maybe I could put those two together. And then I went to school for a little bit for biology. I was thinking about maybe I could do something medical in sports, but I'll be honest with you, I was never the smartest student. I remember when I was taking intro to chemistry and all those classes, they were too much for me. I feel like I wasn't passionate enough to pursue that route. Then I remember I studied a little bit of marine biology, and then I ended up settling to become an accountant. I was going to go for my CPA. And so I started just kind of like trying different things. I remember I was in community college for like 4 years because I kept switching my major all the time. And I remember when I first began, the way I got into acting was, at the time I was living in South Florida. And there was a lot of TV shows being filmed there. Not like a whole lot, but there was like a few shows that had been there for a consecutive amount of seasons, such as Burn Notice, the show The Glades. There was a show called Graceland. There was a show called Magic City. And those filmed not too far away from where I lived. And I'll never forget how I started. It was a random day. I'm hanging out with one of my aunts. Love her to death. Her name is Swaley. She takes me to the mall. And there's like a kiosk in the mall, and there's people asking if I wanted to get into acting and modeling, and I thought it was silly. I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time with that. I had plans to try to make it onto like whatever school I was going to, make it on the team as a walk-on in either soccer or either basketball. But then my mom was like, give it a try, you never know. So we took a business card from them. We went to, so like a week, I don't know, maybe, I think it was probably, I want to say like maybe like a month or two later. I remember it was a while. They gave us a call because I remember we gave them their contact information. So I remember, I think at this time I was living in Orlando. I was like in my second year in college. It was either my second or my first year, so long ago. I don't remember exact dates, but I just remember this was in 2010. And we go to their office. It's an office in Boca Raton. So I found out what this company did was they would take pictures of you and they would leave it on their website. And then when talent agencies needed actors, they would go on this company's page, and all of our profiles, everyone that had taken pictures with this company, our profiles were there. So I remember I went to this place, did a whole photo shoot session with them. I remember it was really pricey. I remember it was not cheap, this photo shoot. It might have been like anywhere like $1,200, I think. I think they gave us like a discount or something, but I remember it was an expensive shoot. And then, yeah, they gave us the pictures, and then they put the pictures on their website. And then a month goes by, nothing, 2 months goes by. Then I remember like 3 months later, I get an email saying a talent agency wanted to represent me. And I remember this agency till this day. It was my first ever agent that I signed with. They were a company called Exceptional Events and Entertainment. Unfortunately, the owner of the agency has passed now. She was a talent agent in South Florida for, I think, like 3 decades, maybe 4 decades. Her the agent's name, her name was Sherry. And I remember I didn't even know what an agency was. I was so confused at the time. I just remember signing this paper, and this company was like, "Congratulations, you now have an agent." And then I just remember getting all these emails and from the agency saying, "Oh, looking for, someone between the ages of 20 and 30 to be a beachgoer as an extra in this." And I remember, being a college student, I didn't have much going on, so I always put that I was available, whatever. And then, yeah, eventually one of these times they called me to be on the show Bird Notice, and I just remember being there on the set, just kind of working as like a background actor, just kind of seeing how the film process worked. I remember I had so much fun that day. It was kind of like an eye-opening day, and they don't even pay you much. We probably got like, I think I made like $150 for the day, and they fed us too. We got breakfast, lunch, we got dinner. But I remember when I was a college student, I was like, oh, I can just keep doing this every now and then between classes. This is fun. And then I remember I got called again, and I worked on a different show as a background. And then I decided, I was like, you know what? I think I want to give this acting thing a try. And then I remember I took theater in college as an elective because I needed elective credits for my associates. And then I joined an acting school in South Florida called it was called the Actors Workshop of South Florida. That school is no longer there. It was a school in Deerfield Beach, Florida. And there I started practicing scenes, and kind of one thing led to another. And then the next thing I knew, I went and signed with an agency that was getting me auditions, which was different because when you're just a background actor, you're just kind of in the background. But now, fast forward a few months down the line, now I'm actually going on auditions. And then, yeah, I remember I got my associates, and then it was time for me to go to get my bachelor's. And I remember I decided, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna pursue my acting career. I'm gonna see where it takes me. And I made that decision about 8 years ago or so, where I wasn't gonna pursue a career in accounting and finance, and just kind of chase after what I wanted. But yeah, that's kind of my story right there, my background on how I became an actor, and that's just like the beginning of it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like this content, just please subscribe. I'll be posting videos weekly. I'll try to post at least 3 a week on just different subjects, but I figured the second video on my channel, the second episode, just kind of had to be about how I got started, and it was just pretty much on accident, just being open-minded and just being open to trying new things. And I ended up discovering something that I didn't even know I liked. And fast forward about a decade later, here I am in Hollywood. So if you like this video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your week, everybody.